Hey everyone, I'm Reeve Stimpson and this is my introduction to me. I'm a songwriter and performing artist living in Nashville, Tennessee. I moved here in 2016 to get a degree in songwriting from Belmont University. While I was there, I was actually awarded the 2019 BMI Songwriting Scholarship for a song that I wrote. And thank God I've cut my hair since then, obviously. Growing up, my parents had me listening to all sorts of music. My mom got me into a lot of 80s pop, and more specifically 80s movies, which is a huge influence on me now, especially with my new song that I released called Back to the Future. A lot of things that I love as far as 80s nostalgia, I really put into a lot of my writing. She got me into 80s pop. I remember when I was over at my Nana's house and she introduced me to the Thriller album for the first time. I was listening to it on cassette and I played it over and over, and that's probably one of the most influential albums for 80s pop for me, and I'm sure for a lot of people as well. My grandparents owned a record store at one point, so my dad kept a lot of the cassettes from there, and I got a chance to listen to all of those growing up. Stuff from the 70s and 80s, a lot of classic rock and 80s pop and rock. A lot of bands like Bryan Adams, Huey Lewis and the News, Van Halen, Foreigner, Boston, all of those kind of really shaped the music that I make. I grew up in Powhatan, Virginia, which is pretty close to Richmond. When I was younger, I always loved getting out in front of people and performing, so I would put on plays, and my friends and I would make our own movies together as well, which definitely helps out now because all of the music videos that I do, I have a huge hand in. I love doing really anything I could to get out in front of people and get as much attention as possible, so naturally it made sense that I would get a career trying to pursue music. I was in high school when people started to take notice of my writing, a lot of teachers and classmates, and I would write a lot of poems. And then when the whole all I cared about was girls thing came along, I decided to start learning how to play guitar. And then I combined them and started to write my own songs as well. I started this debut album to really combine my love of 80s pop and classic rock. I started out with these two singles that I released, first one called Back to the Future, the second one called One Night Stand. The other song that I recently released is a self-produced cover of Somebody Told Me by the Killers. I hope this was a good introduction to me. If you have any questions regarding music or whatever, mention them in the comments. Also, let me know where you guys are from. That way I can add some tour dates to my schedule. As far as music goes, I'll be adding plenty more here soon and updating you guys. So make sure to follow along, hit the follow or subscribe button, and give this video a like. Thanks a lot.